And
Shit that be happening.
even like with the studio, right? Because like we're in the outlets or the outlet studios, right? Studio that I've recorded in myself in the past, right?
Many times, many
Yeah.
times.
That's what's up.
And I know for myself in my recording sessions, I try to be quick.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
I always
Definitely with him.
yeah. And Shizzy, he understands my patterns and how I do my thing in the booth, and he reacts to it, right? And it gels. So now for you, Meeno Giinchy, what's your average studio session like? Like when you have some songs in your mind, or just are you going in and saying, let me just make some songs when I'm here?
I would say it's kind of like I come here just to release something, right? So I don't really come in here saying, this is what I'm gonna do today. Or I come in here and I pull up a beat. Shizzy knows. We'll roll up a blunt. Usually it's the first beat. The first beat, I go in and we build up on it. Whatever I went through that week or whatever I feel like is good to talk about.
Yeah.
I put it out there.
Yeah.
So and lately I haven't even been really writing like that. So
What do you mean? So you're like,
I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just reacting to the beat, like. So I'm kind of listening to it, and if I feel like the story's being told from the beat a certain way, then I just react to it.
Yeah, man, his sessions are definitely creative sessions.
Yeah.
Shizzy helps me a lot.
It's not a normal session, man. It's not just like, I have this written down. Let me go in there and spit it one time. Like, nah, man.
So you're constructing it like as you go along, or are you putting the whole 16 together in your mind?
Yeah, constructing it as I go along. Sometimes I'll have the 16 in my head. Like I'll build up 4 bars a day, and then at the end of the week I have a nice little verse.
Right.
But most of the time it's just whatever the environment gives me, right?
Dope. And even like you're a man that concentrates on flow patterns and stuff like that, right?
Definitely.
I heard the track Outlet Pass freestyle.
Look, loyal, I stay 10 toes down just like that boy tomorrow. Here today, you never know, I might just go tomorrow. I know my time is coming, thinking rose go all tomorrow.
Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was on our list, on our top 6 list. Right?
Thank you for posting that, fam. That shit was crazy.
It was a banger. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had that flow pattern that you killed through the whole 16. You know what I mean? Audemars, like that. You rhyme Audemars or that line all the way through.
Yeah, like I told you, I love the English language, right? And I love the fact that we can say the same things differently. You know what I mean? Every artist has a way that they give something off. So that's my way. I want people to remember me for that. Meeno's flows.
Yeah. So how do you come up with something like that? Like when you put a flow pattern together?
Like I said, the beat, fam. I give all the love to the producers and respect to the people who are giving me the production, because without that, I wouldn't be able to give those flows. You know what I mean? But it's what the beat gives me. You know what I'm saying? So what I feel is what I feel. And it's going to be different all the time.
How do you come up with song titles?
Honestly, fam, at the end of the song, we just call it whatever we feel like. It suits the song.
Yeah.
I sometimes I let Shizzy choose a song title. Like that's why I like with music. I like everyone to be involved with my music. You know, so it feels like everybody could talk about it as if it's theirs. Like they're not saying, "Oh, Meeno's song." Nah, they say, "Yo, my song with Meeno is crazy." Like I like that type of stuff.
Dope. And how did because you guys seem to have like a synergy when it comes to like recording, even just a vibe, right?
Yeah.
So how did you link up with Shizzy in the first place?
I linked up with Shizzy through, I think, mutual friends. Swiss brought me here, brought me to Outlet Pass. We recorded a song back in the day. I can't remember which song was the first song because we recorded so much songs.
Okay.
But from them times, Shizzy was just like fast.
I think it was Acting Away, no?
It might have been Acting Away, but we did a song before that we never released, right?
Yeah.
A lot of songs that we never released. Shout outs to Swiss. And realistically, I just kept coming because, Shizzy has that vibe.
Yeah.
And I go for vibe. Anybody who has a good vibe, who does things with, no malicious intent, come on, you can't go wrong.
No, for sure.
Makes the music better.
And it also brings to mind, even like, it brought me right to my next question. With you, Shizzy, as an engineer, right? Because you have a cool vibe. You're like, you lay in the cut.
Facts.
Right? So how do you find that balance when you're recording with an artist to know when you should step in and be like, hey, add some advisory to it? or just to lay back and be like, let him do his thing?
I mean, right off the bat, you know how people's vibe are. You know, you can tell like if you meet an artist and they're one of those artists where it's like, yo, let me do my thing, just let me do it. Like, they don't want any direction, they don't care for direction, they just want to go in there and, you know, do their thing, you know? They're making music for them, they don't even care about if it's that great or not, you know? So for me, I think it's always my job, regardless if they like it or not, to step in and at least tell them what they're doing wrong, and it's up to them to take that advice or not, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, fortunate for me, like, you know, the artist that I'm working with right now, Meeno Giinchy, like, yo, he's open to all types of directions, because, you know, he's trying to find a direction in himself within his music, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. How do you deliver that that critique?
Excuse me?
That's not easy.
That critique?
Yeah, like, how do you, like, when somebody's like off, like, let's say they're right out the pocket and you want to tell them, how do you tell them?
I'll let them finish their line or whatever they're doing, you know, just to make them feel comfortable. I don't want to just stop them and be like, okay, yeah, right in the middle of their flow and whatever. I don't want to just stop them and be rude, you know what I'm saying? So I'll let them finish, and then I'll tell them, you know, like, I'll even cut the certain parts of the waveforms or their vocals that I know that it could be better, or they're off, you know, or their cadence is off if they're punching in and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'll let them know. I'll be like, okay, yeah, you know, that's dope, but I think this part over here, like, you could switch that up, or, you know what I'm saying, maybe it's too many syllables, you can shorten it, or you're just off, right?
Yeah.
Greatly said.
Last question on that. Anybody ever take it harshly? Like, anybody be like, get pissed off, be like, fuck you talking about, dog?
No, I wouldn't say that anyone got pissed off or anything like that, but like, there's just some people, like, they're just not into taking directions from other people, like, you know, because I don't know if they find it offensive or whatnot, but they just feel like, you know, they already got it locked down and packed, you know?
Yeah. And artists can be sensitive sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're like, it's art, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With you, Shizzy, right? Not Shizzy, sorry. With you, Meeno. What's your recording schedule like? Do you have like I need to be in the studio 2 days a week type of thing, or it's just when it comes to you?
Definitely, I try to be in here as much as possible. You know, so like, if I'm not being productive in other ways, I try to be in the studio, right? And I try to make sure my music represents that in a way where it's like, for people who work, because some people make music for you to party, you know, some people make music for you to get high, some people make music for you to just, you know, whatever it is, whatever kind of emotion, right? But I think I make music for people to work. Like, I always get people who say, yo, you know, ball players or people who box or people who do athletic stuff, they tell me, yo, your music just helps me. Like, I just keep pushing. Like, I'm on the last rep and I hear your song, I'm just on it. So I like to make music for people who get up early and get to it and work and be productive. So I definitely try to be in the studio as much as possible. Shizzy knows it.
Yeah. And like, even like with your background, right? Do you have like any musical background? Like, anybody in your family?
Honestly, but Bob and my dad, they grew me up on Barry Salmon and freaking, and my mom's calling right now. Mama Giinchy, you know what I mean?
Hey,
Shout
out.
You dig? Mama Giinchy.
Shout out to my
Shout out
mom.
Mama Giinchy.
But I'm a real mama's boy, so whatever really she set the tone for, I would follow. So she was playing R. Kelly, she was playing Isley Brothers, she was playing all of the greats, and I always had that ear. My dad was playing DMX, he was playing Busta Rhymes. I grew up on DMX, like, I could quote him anytime. And you play any DMX album, I'll tell you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The year, how he felt, whatever it is, because I'm that into, like, old school hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So I try to keep that element in my music even today. So I feel like with the new millennium, I definitely bring a little bit of 90s with the new school flow, you know what I mean? So to answer your question, yeah, I definitely have a little bit of musical background, but none of my parents actually did music.
You didn't
know what I
make
mean?
music.
But they helped me with my music, like, they support it.